Hey everyone, welcome back to Sew Happy, where we sew complete patterns start to finish. Today's video is a really fun one and a much requested style, a spring and summer dress. This is the Orla Dress, a free pattern from French Navy Patterns. It's simple and approachable, a perfect project for when you want something quick or just relaxing to sew. For my fabric, I'm using a rayon challis from Cali Fabrics. It's lightweight, drapey, and a great choice for a breezy, effortless look, which aligns with the silhouette of this dress. In this video, we'll sew everything including the bias-bound neckline and inserting an invisible zipper. So if those are techniques you've been wanting to practice, this is a great one to follow along with. Let's get started sewing the Orla dress. Here is my front bodice piece, and I've gone ahead and transferred the darts onto the bottom of the bodice, on the wrong side of the fabric. Now I'll pin the darts in place. Now I'll sew each of my darts starting from the bottom to the point, leaving thread tails at the point so I can tie them in knots. And press each of those darts toward the center front. Repeat to create the darts for the back bodice pieces. Sewing them and then pressing them toward the center back. Then we can put our front and back bodice pieces right sides together. Pin the shoulders and side seams. Sew the side seams and the shoulder seams with a 3/8 inch seam allowance. Finish the raw edges together and press toward the back bodice. Here is the wrong side of my sleeve. To make the hem a little bit easier to create at a later step, I'm going to pre-press a crease along the bottom edge, folding that raw edge to the wrong side by about 5/8 of an inch. Now we're going to sew our easing stitches along the top of the sleeve. Using the longest stitch on your machine, sew from dot to dot, leaving thread tails on both ends for easing. I'm going to unfold that memory crease for now and fold the sleeve in half, right sides together. And pin that underarm seam. Sew at 3/8 of an inch, finish the raw edges together and press toward the back. I'm going to go ahead and hem my sleeve at this point since it's easier to hem it before we attach it to the dress. I'm going to fold the raw edge of the fabric to the crease that I created with my iron. Then roll that fold once more along the crease to create a clean rolled hem finish along the bottom. Then I'll sew along the upper inner fold all the way around. I'm going to start attaching the sleeve at the underarms, placing the sleeve and its corresponding armhole right sides together, aligning those seams and pin in place. Then I'll continue pinning in place toward the dots. I'll also align the notch at the top of the sleeve with the shoulder seam and pin in place. Now to start pulling those easing stitches. These stitches are not intended to create any gathers in the sleeves, so we want to avoid any puckering. We're simply going to pull those basting stitches to create a little bit of ease so that the sleeve fits perfectly into the armhole with no puckers. Then pin in place. Once you have that sleeve pinned in place into the armhole, sew all the way around with a 3/8 inch seam allowance, once again sewing slow so you don't catch any puckers. Then you can finish the raw edges all the way around and repeat to create both sleeves. Place your front and back skirt pieces right sides together along the side seam and pin in place. Repeat for both side seams. Sew both side seams with a 3/8 inch seam allowance, finish the raw edges together, and press toward the back skirt pieces. Now that my side seams are sewn and pressed, we're going to gather the top of the skirt. We're going to sew basting stitches along the top edge in the same way as we did to ease the sleeves. Sewing with the longest stitch on your machine from one side of the center back, straight across to the opposite side of the center back, sewing within the seam allowance. I'll start pulling my basting stitches from the center back to send some of the gathers into the front skirt piece. Now I'll place the bottom raw edge of my bodice right sides together with the top raw edge of the skirt, aligning my side seams and pin in place. We'll continue gathering that front skirt piece so that it matches the bottom of the front bodice and pin in place. Then we can continue pinning the back bodice to the back skirt, gathering that back skirt to fit and pinning in place. Then we can sew the skirt to the bodice straight across from center back to center back with a 3/8 inch seam allowance. And finish the raw edges together. And press your seam up toward the bodice. For each of my center back seams, I'm going to finish those raw edges from the top to the bottom on both sides. Then we can start preparing to install our zipper. Open up the zipper. For my invisible zipper, I'm going to unfold those coils and press them open for both zipper tapes. Then I'll place one side of the zipper right sides together with its corresponding back center seam. With right sides together, I'm going to start pinning the zipper in place from the top to the bottom of the zipper. I want the top zipper stop to be 3/8 of an inch below the top raw edge of the garment. Pin in place. Using a zipper or an invisible zipper foot, sew close to your zipper teeth from the top to the bottom of the zipper. Now that one side of the zipper is installed, I'll place the opposite center back right sides together with the opposite side of the zipper tape. It also helps to close the zipper at this point so you can make sure to align that waistline seam. Then I'll open up my zipper and sew it in place in the same way as I did on the other side. Now the zipper is installed and we want to close up the remainder of the center back. Place the remainder of the center back right sides together and pin in place. Sew together from the bottom of the zipper, still using your zipper foot for the first few inches so that you can still get close to those zipper teeth. Then you can continue with your regular foot with a 3/8 inch seam allowance to the bottom of the garment. Press the seam open. The hem allowance for the bottom of the dress is about 1.25 inches. I've gone ahead and pressed the bottom raw edge to the wrong side by that amount. I'm going to roll this hem in the same way as we rolled the hem for the sleeves, folding that raw edge to the crease, then folding it on the crease and pinning in place all the way around. Then we can sew that hem in place all the way around, sewing along the edge of the upper inner fold. For the neckline binding, the pattern calls for bias tape 4 centimeters wide. I'm going to fold my bias tape in half, wrong sides together, and give that a press straight across. I'm going to open up my back zipper and roll out that zipper tape so that it's fully exposed. Then I'll place my bias tape right sides together with the neckline, aligning the short edge of the bias tape with the raw edge of the center back. Pin in place all the way around the neckline. Trim away any excess bias tape beyond the raw edge of the center back on the other side. I'm going to sew along the short edge of the bias tape close to the zipper teeth vertically. Then we can sew horizontally along the neckline with a 3/8 inch seam allowance. Pivot your stitches to sew vertically close to the zipper teeth on the other side. Then we can trim away any material from the seam allowance at the corners. Snip into the seam allowance of the neckline all the way around. Then turn the bias tape up and over its seam allowance. And we're going to understitch as close as we can get to the center back on one side, sewing the bias tape to the seam allowance underneath with about an 1/8 inch seam allowance, again to about as close as you can get to the opposite center back on the other side. Then we'll turn our bias tape completely to the wrong side, poking out those center back corners. Give that a good press for a crisp neckline finish. On the inside of the dress, we're going to edge stitch close to that bottom folded edge of the bias tape from center back to center back to keep that bias tape down and secured. And now the Orla dress is complete. Thank you for watching this sew along. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future sewing tutorials, and I'll see you in the next video.